Welcome back to
Internet
Internet
girls.
Girls.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Happy Monday. We are officially in spring. So that's amazing.
I love that for everyone. It is cold here because the cold lingers, back in these parts where
Back
I'm,
east.
back where I am residing. Also, life updates, I have two because we're like pre-batching these episodes, as you know, because Hannah is in the thick of parenting right now, being a new mom in the future. Isn't
In
that
the
wild?
future. Yeah. Not current me, but future me, definitely.
Isn't that wild to think about?
Yeah, it's insane. It's all I think about, actually. I'm
Oh.
so ready to not be pregnant, you guys.
No, but it's coming soon.
Yeah, we're like 11 days out when we're recording this. So, yeah. Bring it on.
Oh my gosh. 11 days till your life changes.
Yeah, but
Um,
when you guys are listening to this, she'll be like a month old. So that's
that's
insane.
crazy. Wow, I love that. But right now, you know what's happened here? I realized it just snowed like a month ago, and it just never like went away. Like there's just been snow on the ground for like a month. Isn't
I
that
love
wild?
that.
Yeah, I just never realized that I would be like a snow girl like that,
You're such a snow girly.
Right. I kind of love it though, because if it's gonna be cold outside, I want snow.
Yeah, I relate. I wish I could live somewhere in the snow just for like maybe 1 year or 2 years, just to
Yeah.
experience it and then go back to California because I don't think I could do that forever.
Yeah, well, the best thing about California is it's like so temperate. So it's like just the best weather all the time for the most part,
Mm.
with the exception of like some heat waves here and there.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been beautiful here. Like this whole last week was like sunny and 60 degrees at like the beginning of February.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, everyone in the other parts of the country must be hating life. But me, I'm out like trying to waddle around with my dogs, like enjoy the sunshine. We went to the pool because, we joined a swim and tennis club. Oh my god, I'm so suburban. But we like went to the pool this weekend. It was so nice out. I was just like soaking up the rays. I was like, I'm thriving right now.
yeah.
Couldn't do snow. Who am I kidding?
I love that. I love that so much. I can't wait to be in that era one day. Matt and I, our big thing that happened to us this weekend, well, this is a very suburban issue, was our dishwasher broke.
Oh man.
I know, but the good thing is we're renters. So, we're like, that's
Yeah,
on
you got it
you.
made.
But at the same time, we're very nice renters since we're like in a weird, like short term
Hmm.
situation with our life. And it went something like this. We're like, hey, so, you know, the dishwasher broke, and they were like, oh shoot. Well, we're doing our big kitchen renovation when we get back. Can we call you? So we like called him on the phone, and he was like, and we were like, it's fine. We'll just hand wash the dishes for the next 2 months. Well, because they had told us this before they left, that they're like completely redoing like the whole kitchen. So I hate to like make them like he was like, basically that machine's like really old and it probably needs to be replaced. Like I'm
Hmm.
sure he was like, so I guess we can get it
The
replaced. And we're like, it's fine. Like, I hate to have him do that for 2 months.
Yeah, though no, the way that like I'm sure a lot of people in this country hand wash dishes could not be me. Could
Ugh,
not be me.
I know.
I lived without a dishwasher for a year and a half when I lived in a tiny little apartment in San Francisco. That was rough. I don't think I ever did the dishes though. John did them.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
can't be bothered.
Okay, when we lived in Santa Barbara, our place didn't have a dishwasher. And then there was one other time when we lived in Oceanside, our place didn't have a dishwasher, but every other place has had a dishwasher. And every time we don't have one, I am like, ugh, I hate this.
I hate
So
dishes.
I'm
Ugh,
really sad about it.
that is sad. I'm so sorry.
Oh, and your bathroom is
Oh
like
yeah,
done.
bathroom's done. Yeah, so if you guys missed it, John last month decided to completely remodel our front bathroom because he said baby girl needs a bath in this house. And to be honest, like I was really worried about having a baby and not having a bathtub, especially when she's like in her toddler years. And I was low key like, man, I love our house. Our house is perfect, but maybe we should have bought a house with a bathtub. So he just ripped out the shower that didn't even work and put in a bathtub, and it looks 20 times better now. And he just like did that. So he finished it right before we're about to go have a baby, and she'll get her own bathtub. So
That's awesome. You know what's so funny? And I had this thought was one of my friend's husbands, who the girl I know is about to give birth to. She's like about the same pregnant as you are. And her husband was like, I'm going to just rip out this wall right now. And I'm like, I wonder if this is like a
it's like a nesting thing.
for men too.
Yeah. John has had way more nesting instincts than me. I like am so uncomfortable that I like don't move much. And he's just like, I'm going to organize the entire house today and I need to rip out this whole bathroom. And like the nesting instincts are strong with men.
Oh, I love that. Also, it looks so good. I was so impressed. I was showing Matt. I was like, Matt, look what John did. Look, this is before and this was after. And I'm like, did you see that? Look again.
Yeah, I need to do like a whole before and after thing. My mom was like, "Can you put them side by side?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, it's coming. We just don't have everything we ordered yet from Amazon. All my little accoutrement, but it looks amazing. So next time you visit, Tori, you'll actually have your own bathroom, and you won't have to like awkwardly share ours."
No, that's so cool. That's so cool. Also, Matt and I like randomly booked a trip to Switzerland because he had a week off. Well, he booked a week off in his new contract that he just extended this current where we're currently at, and he always like works in a week off where the extension is, just to like give himself like a little break. And this time we had a friend who was going to Switzerland for Eurovision. And so we're like, yeah, we won't go to like every single day of Eurovision, but it'd be fun to go to like one day of it. Like Eurovision, if you don't know, it's like where every single country, well, that's in Europe, and not everyone, but most of them bring like a song and they all like perform it like American Idol. But all the songs for the most part are in English. They didn't used to be. They used to have to be in like their own language, but now they're
Mm.
all in like English. And they all like perform it in American Idol, but it's like American Idol style, but it's also like Pitch Perfect, like you know, like the movie. Like
Yeah.
it's like these like light shows, like dancers, like you know,
Oh
and
wow.
it's like pop performances, and there's like rules, and people are so into it. It's like huge. It's like the Super Bowl, you know, but with singing, you know.
Oh my God. So you're gonna be like going to that, eating fondue. That's honestly like the sole reason I want to go to Switzerland is for the fondue.
I'm really excited. Although I didn't realize, I was like, oh yeah, fondue. I'm sure it'll be. I heard it's a little pricey, but no. And all these places I'm looking up, it's like $50 for a one person fondue. I'm like, what? Excuse me?
Yeah. No, I heard that even like the McDonald's there, the burgers are like $20 minimum. Like nothing is cheap in Switzerland.
What is this?
That's
Why?
why I haven't been. Because like I've been everywhere, but like Switzerland scared me because it sounded too expensive.
No, it's crazy sounding. I'm like, I'm sure we're gonna do lots of nature stuff.
You'll be like making pasta in your Airbnb. Like, we can't afford to go out and eat today.
Yeah, no, for real. I can't believe how expensive. Like the prices were shocking me as I've
Yeah.
been looking it up. I haven't told Matt yet, but he's
No,
about
don't tell
to.
Matt.
Yeah,
Don't just let him be surprised.
yeah,
It's a need to know basis.
yeah.
Oh,
No.
that's so exciting. I'm jealous. I feel like I've been getting the travel bug again because I haven't really traveled much in like, I don't know, 6 months. Like, really, since I got pregnant. I mean, I had a couple trips in there that were like pre planned, but I'm so ready. And I keep seeing things like on my FYP, like, here's my trip to Japan and here's my trip to Bali. And now it's like infiltrating my dreams. Like I keep having dreams that I'm like going places and everyone's like, you got to go to Southeast Asia with your baby. They love babies. And I'm like, all right, I'm in. Like, let's do this. And John's like, maybe we should see how you do postpartum first. And I'm like, that's a good idea, but I want to go.
No, for real. That sounds awesome. The reason I was asking you that is because Matt and I were talking about, because we're doing like a 2-month Europe trip at the end of this like 9 months of this contract that he's in, which
Wow.
he's already like a month into this contract. And I think 1 month we're gonna do in like the south of France, and then the next month we're gonna do in Italy. But but we're gonna travel around. Like those
Hmm.
are just gonna be like our home bases because it's actually so cheap to rent an
Yeah.
apartment. Like we're looking and it's like $1,000 a month.
It's so cheap. And you can get like a whole freaking villa.
Yeah. And so we're thinking of just doing that, and then
Mm.
like we'll go to Greece while we're over there. Maybe even like go to some other countries too while we're over there for just a couple of nights, but have
Sounds
like our home
amazing.
base
Yes.
just for those 2 months. So I was like, ask, because it's gonna be at the end of this year. So that's why earlier before we recorded, I was like, Hannah, so what's your plans for the maternity and paternity leave with John? I was like, because wouldn't that be fun if you
That would be
guys?
so fun. No, you guys should do Greece like for your home base because like that's where I would go. We've spent like some time in Greece, obviously. Have you like on the islands?
No, I haven't.
That's personally what I would do. I would like go to an island like Corfu or Milos or something and like get like a little like beachfront property, and then I would just like take ferries to like all the other islands, like island hop. You could take even flights out. It's a little bit harder, I guess, to take flights out, but I would do that for like at least 2 or 3 weeks and then just like live the Greek life. Also, I feel like the food in Greece, so fresh, so inexpensive, so healthy. Like you would thrive there with your PCOS diet.
And I love like Greek Mediterranean diet is like
Mm-hmm.
what I gravitate towards anyways. So
It's so good. Like I was living on Greek salad and stuffed tomatoes like the entire time I was there. John was living on gyros with french fries, but like me, I was like, give me a Greek salad like at every meal and I'll be so
mm,
happy. Like it is
stuffed
just the best.
stuffed tomatoes. What
Oh,
were
it's
they
like
stuffed
my
with?
favorite meal. They usually give you like one stuffed tomato and one stuffed pepper, and it's like a rice tomatoey mixture that they like
Mm.
stuff in there and then they bake them. And so it's all like rich and but it's like vegetables, like it's just so good.
That sounds delicious. You know what I love grape leaves too. I'm getting hungry now.
I know. I'm like, is it lunchtime yet? Like we talked about potentially doing like a month overseas when she's here, which I don't know how I'm gonna like cope yet. So like we haven't made any plans, but I would do Greece in a heartbeat or Italy. Yeah, because pasta. And everyone's so nice and they just like love babies in those places. I feel like I am scared of the south of France because I've just heard, French people, little
Yeah,
scary.
that
And the
is
food
true.
I've heard is just not that good.
Really, but I love French food. But maybe we should do a month in Greece and a month in
Italy. I could even see you
Italy.
doing like Amsterdam. Like that's
I
such a livable city. Paris.
I know. I would love to do
Mm.
Paris too. I don't
I
know. We'll
guess it
see.
depends when you're going to,
Well, it's like
because
winter time, so it's the only
that's
thing.
a tough time. Yeah, Greece might not be like the optimal destination.
I mean, neither is south of France, but
Hmm.
we're also more like off-season travelers, anyways.
But I know like on the islands, like things shut down in winter.
Oh, really?
So that would be like something you just have to look into to make sure that things are actually open.
Does it get cold there? I don't know. Oh, like 54 degrees.
Yeah, like not bad, but
Yeah.
I
That's
could
one of the.
totally I could totally see you guys doing like Amsterdam.
I
There's
love
so much to
Amsterdam.
explore. The shopping is so good. The men are really hot. Like surprisingly really hot.
I would love to do Copenhagen too.
I love Copenhagen. Another very expensive city. Although I guess
Yeah.
Amsterdam's expensive too. You can't go
Yeah.
wrong, Tori. I mean, you got options.
I know.
Everyone, help us plan Tori's trip. Where should she go? Comment below.
Yes. let me know. We're just streaming over here right now.
Yeah. This is like all Tori and I ever talk about. I like forgot we were recording a podcast because we just like, where should we go? Like, just dreaming of travel.
I just got really hungry talking about Greek food. Like,
I could go for some stuffed tomatoes right now.
Oh my gosh, and some grape leaves. Now I'm like, I have to try these stuffed tomatoes. Like,
yeah, you do.
Me too.
They're
Also,
so good.
Have you seen, that Anna Paul girl? I know she recently got canceled for something. I'm not 100% sure on the facts.
Yeah, I've been following along.
Oh, really? Well, what I am curious about is her pasta, the Turkish pasta that she talks about. It looks so good.
I want to make it. Maybe I'll make it this week because I'm all pregnant.
Yeah, you should.
It's a good week for that.
Report back because, oh my gosh, it looks so good.
Mm-hmm. Everyone who has tried it has said it's amazing. So I'm very much in. I'm like thinking about everything I have in my fridge because we went to Whole Foods last night and dropped like a butt ton of money. And I'm just like, oh, I know what's in there.
I love a good Whole Foods run. Like, honestly, that's like a super fun, like, in your 30s activity to do is like go to Whole Foods and just slowly walk up and down every single aisle and just like put whatever fun thing in your cart.
And that's the only way I know how to walk these days is slow. So like it really worked out for me. Yeah, yesterday was John and my anniversary. And
oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I did not say happy anniversary to you guys.
Oh no, it's like our dating anniversary. Like when he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I love that we celebrate this 10 years later, but it was like 5:30 and I was like, can we please go out to dinner? I'm so hungry. And so we went and got Ethiopian food, which is like one of my favorite cuisines. And then it was like 6:45 and I was like, do you want to go to Whole Foods? And I was like, we are so old now. Like, we're like, let's go walk around Whole Foods and like, look at all the fruit. And like, it was just, what a time. What a time to be alive.
No, that's so fun. That's honestly one of my favorite things to do these days. Matt and I have been going like once every 2 weeks ish and just like walking around, putting like fun looking stuff in our cars. And now I have like things that I need to go there for. Like when I run out, I'm like, no, I get that. This is my Whole Foods item. There's not many. I have probably like 5 things that I have to go to Whole Foods for.
Yeah.
And so it keeps it cheap. But then the problem is when I go in there, I'm not just getting those 5 things. I'm walking slowly.
Exactly.
It's an event, you know?
It's an event. If you guys are not in your 30s yet and you're listening to this is what you have to look forward to. So 30, flirty, and thriving, baby.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We need to stop talking about food though, because I'm legit gonna have to pause this and go eat.
No, I know. I was like, should we pause for intermission snack?
Intermission snack. But let's jump into our topic today, you guys. I'm really excited to talk about this one. I feel like Tori and I are kind of experts, and this is how to spend time alone.
Definitely experts on this.
And again, I think this is something that comes with age, because when I was 20, I wasn't spending time alone. I was like, if I'm going out, I'm going with a group of girls or my boyfriend, who's John, and like not doing this. But now, like that I'm in my 30s, I feel like I'm like romanticizing like time alone, like solo dates. Like, what a beautiful thing alone time is.
Yeah. Honestly, and the best part about spending time alone like that is you really get to know yourself, you know?
You really get to know yourself, and you get to do exactly what you want to do. Like, you don't have to do whatever anyone else wants. Like, you want to go get a little lunch, pick wherever you want to go. You don't have to talk to someone else and figure out a plan. You can just go where you want to go. You want to go to Target and get a Starbucks and walk around and slowly and look at everything. Like, you can just do that.
Oh my gosh, that's so much fun. Shoot, you could even do that at Whole Foods.
You can I have spent much a solo date night at Whole Foods, actually.
Oh, I would love to do that. See, the problem is I could not be trusted to do that. Matt would like be so mad at me because I would probably spend over $500.
Oh yeah, maybe you should stick to cheaper places. But I feel like spending time alone is something that if you haven't done it a lot, it can be very intimidating. And so this is kind of what this episode's going to be like. We're going to help you like start to really romanticize that and like, start small, take some steps and then just really enjoy that solo time.
Yeah. You need to think of things like with intention. Like, don't just roll out of bed and be like, oh, I'm going to go do this alone and like go in your pajamas. You can do that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. But I think if you really want to enjoy that time and like really want to get something out of it, then you should treat it like a date with yourself and like get ready. You don't have to get fully ready, but like a really nice like face cream on. Like that's my version of like getting ready to go do solo stuff where maybe not out to dinner or something, but to do something like go to Target or maybe go see a movie or something like that. That would be like I would put on like a bunch of my face creams to where I'm like super moisturized and super, you know what I mean? Maybe I took like an everything shower. Maybe I put on like my super cute but very very cozy like matching set, you know?
Yeah, because that's the thing. You can even just do this at home. Like you
Mhm.
can have like a little spa night by yourself where you just like use all your nicest products and like treat yourself and make like a fun little mocktail, like it doesn't have to be like you're going out into the world. You can just
Yeah.
like have this moment at home with yourself.
No, 100%. And also because I feel like whenever you're alone, you really are noticing like you're more like present and noticing things, like noticing things about yourself, noticing things about other people and about the world and
Hmm.
being more observant, you know?
Yeah. I do love the idea of like just being very intentional with yourself and like putting on a cute outfit or doing like a face mask or whatever because it almost feels like a ritual.
Mhm.
And like I know when I do like my hot girl walks, which I haven't done in like, I don't know, 9 months. But when I do that, like I'll like get all dressed up in like my cutest little like workout set and I'll pick like a really fun podcast and pick like a cute route where I get to see like all the flowers in the neighborhood or something. And it just feels so ritualistic and like so intentional. And it just feels special that way.
Yeah, it feels almost like an act of love for yourself,
Hmm.
you know? And I don't know what it is, but it's just different than just getting up and doing something. Does that make sense? You know, like
Yeah. Cause yeah, if it doesn't feel intentional, it can sometimes feel almost like a chore. But if
yeah.
this is what I mean by like romanticizing it, like if you are really just making every little moment special with yourself, then like it's going to feel good because you're worth it. You're worth like putting in a little bit of effort, doing something special, and it doesn't
Mhm.
have to include someone else.
No, 100%. I love making anything, but even if it's something that you don't, this is like advice, this is a little bit off topic, but even if it's something you don't like doing, my like favorite hack, have you heard of habit stacking?
I feel like I have.
So that's like, let's say there's something you don't like doing. Like maybe some people don't want to exercise, so they associate like walking with exercising. So their like habit stacking would be like listening to a podcast while going for a walk because
Mm.
you like listening to a podcast. So you could do that with like doing the dishes, you know? Like maybe you don't like doing the dishes, but you're gonna do the dishes while you listen to a podcast, you know, or while
Yes.
you.
No, that's so true because when I think about like some of my favorite ways to spend time alone, it is usually like a form of exercise. Like
Mhm.
I'm a gym girly and I feel like that's super rare these days. Like people don't love the gym. Me, I do because it's a ritual. Like I go to the gym, it's me time. It's Hannah time. I put in a really good podcast or I watch TikToks on the treadmill. And then after, like, I'll go soak in the hot tub and then I'll like do my hair. I'll put on like a little makeup and it honestly just feels like a spa day.
Mhm.
And I'm like, bam, boom, bop, bing, bop, bam. Like,
I
there
love
was a little Hannah day. Like, it feels so special.
Yeah. Also, you know what else I like to do on like a time alone day is or even just whenever I'm home alone is journaling cuz I feel
Mhm.
like you just get so much like feelings that you didn't even know that you needed to process like out, or things that maybe you didn't even fully understand that you were feeling, but you're like, why am I feeling like this? And I don't know what it is about like putting the pen to paper, but there's something about that act that like just helps you understand things. And even though you can think about it so much in your head, like there's just something about doing that that helps you process it in a different way.
Yeah, I love that. I know you're such a little journaler.
I love to journal.
I'm not, but I wish I was a journaler.
Well, I especially if there's something that I just cannot understand or I cannot get over, because something about me is I've never let anything go ever. But I'm only kind of kidding. But I will need to journal it out, or else I like cannot move on. Like, because I will feel like I have not like turned over the stone yet, you know?
Yeah, no, that's super fair. I usually just call you and complain, and then I'm like, phew, I'm good now. But yeah, these are
See,
both healthy options.
I need to do that too. And then I also need to journal it
Yeah.
out. Like I said, I'm a Taurus. I think that
That is exactly. No, you guys, I just found out that Matt is also a Taurus, and I was like, are you okay? Like, what? This actually explains so much.
but he lets things go way before I do. I don't know
Impressive.
why. Yeah, which even though he's stubborn too, but I am way more stubborn than him. I think it's because I'm a Taurus. I'm like a Taurus sun and moon.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm an Aries sun and moon too, I think.
You are? What's your
Yeah.
rising sign?
Leo.
Oh, that makes
Explains
sense.
so much.
No, but I'm an Aries rising.
How are we friends? I feel like Aries and Taurus, like, ooh, that is not a great
Are they
combination.
compatible?
I
don't
do
know.
not think so.
It
It's like the
doesn't
bull
sound
and the
like
ram and
yeah, it doesn't sound like they would be compatible.
yeah, I'm like always shocked that we're such close friends because on paper, I don't know if it makes sense.
Are Taurus and Aries compatible? Let's see. Oh, it says fairly compatible, but need to
Really?
work on communication and compromise to balance out their differences.
I mean, yeah, that checks out.
Aries brings excitement and spontaneity, while Taurus provides stability and grounding.
I wouldn't call you grounded or stable.
I know, I would more, and I wouldn't really describe you as spontaneous.
I mean, I have been known to be spontaneous. I think I'm in a season of life where that's like less
Yeah. Because
of a
I would
thing.
describe myself as very spontaneous.
Yeah,
You know?
I know. Booking random flights to Switzerland and going to New York Fashion Week with a day's notice, and
Yeah.
you're crazy.
Okay, see, because I always was like, I don't really identify with my Aries part, but okay, that makes sense. If Aries are spontaneous, okay, that makes more sense.
And when I learned about Leos, I was like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Loves to be the center of attention, shocker.
I thought I for sure had Leo in my chart, but guess not. But anyways,
yeah, we got sidetracked, but
another thing I really like doing alone is going to see a movie.
yeah, you love solo movie dates.
Yeah, because first of all, no one else gets to have like the input on what movie you see.
No one's talking to you.
No one's talking to you. You don't have to share your snacks.
That's so true. Get whatever you want.
Yeah. And I think that's like a really good outing to do if you're like scared to do something alone, but you want to do something. You know, let's say there's like you want to like fill your night, but you don't have anyone to go do anything with. That's a really good activity to do alone, is going to see a movie, because it's like no one else, like you just get there to the movies, you go straight to your seat. It's not like, oh, people are going to be at dinner talking and you're not going to be talking to anyone. It's like, no, everyone's watching the movie with you. And go to one of those fancy movie places where you can put your feet up.
Oh, hell yeah. That's the only thing I will do these days. If there's not a recliner, I ain't going.
Same. Matt and I are always like, let's check. And there's been a couple times where we've gotten duped because, like, not all the movies, like, theaters will have the layback chairs, but some of them will. And we'll just, like, assume that all of them have them.
What a bummer.
I
Couldn't be
know.
me.
I know. Also,
Um,
I think bringing a book, like, out to some solo activities too is a really good place to start too if you're, like, a little uncomfortable.
yeah, because I feel like the thing is when people go out by themselves, at least for me, the worry is like, oh my God, are people looking at me? Do they think I'm weird for being alone? Like, and if you like go have like a solo dinner, you set up your little book, you romanticize it, people are going to look at you and be like, oh my God, like she's so chic. She's so put together. She has her little
Yeah.
book. Like she's an intellect. Like, I
No.
just think that's a great hack.
Yeah, I would be like, wow, she's so interesting. And
I
like,
know.
I
And
think it is,
confident.
yeah. And I think honestly, doing things alone instills confidence in yourself, you know?
Absolutely. You know what's funny is when we were out to dinner last night at this Ethiopian place, there was someone there who had like that whole setup. Like she was having a little dinner, she had her book, she was just like, having like a cutesy little like dinner by herself. And I was like, that's so cute. And she like went to the bathroom and she came back and she like randomly sat at a different table. And the waitress came over and was like, "Oh, are you good?" And she was like, "Oh." And she like just sat at the wrong table. I was like,
What?
"I see you. You're lost in your thoughts. Like you're having a good night. You don't care." Like
Oh,
it was
good
so
for
she was
her.
like, "Oopsie." Like went and sat back at her. I'm like, "There's nothing at this table." It was so funny. But I just feel like every time I see someone on their own having a little like candlelit dinner with their book, like I think the best of them. I'm like, you are
No,
living.
same. I'm like, wow, she is really taking time for herself, really taking care of herself. And she's really confident, has it all together. Like that's like the thoughts that I'm thinking about someone
Yeah.
doing something by themselves. And I think it feels really good to do something alone. It's empowering and good for you.
And another tip I had was bring a book instead of like scrolling social media because
Mhm.
honestly, nothing will make you feel more alone than going on social media and like seeing everyone like doing things together. Like it's not helpful. So try to just like disconnect, put your phone away. I mean, if you want to like call someone and talk to them, but then you're not really having alone time. But I'm not
Mhm.
against that either. If you like need to catch up with someone and you're like having a nice meal while you're like chatting with them, that's fine. But trying really hard to just like disconnect from social media, I think is super helpful.
That's something I always have to catch myself with whenever I'm doing something alone is like to get off my phone and really like be present there because it's just so easy to do, you know?
Because it's like a comfort device.
Yeah.
Like when I was taking like psychology classes in college, they talked about how like when you're a little kid, like your stuffy or your like blanket is like your comfort thing and like that brings you comfort. When you grow up, it's your phone. Like you always have it. It's like there in case you need to like look busy or, whatever, and it's not always helpful even if it does feel comfortable.
No, okay, that makes so much sense because okay, whenever I'd get grounded, my dad back in the day used to like take my phone, and like hide it, which honestly nowadays I feel like I want or not hide it, but he would like, take it and have it like in his drawer. And I would feel so like lost without it and be like, "Oh, I feel like I'm missing an arm or something." Or
Yeah.
like this does not feel right. But then you know what sneaky me used to do? I used to call this is back in the day. I used to call Verizon and I used to like pretend that or I used to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm switching my I would get an old cell phone and I would be like, "I'm switching my service over from this phone to this phone." And they would do it. And then so my dad would have my old phone.
That is diabolical.
That didn't work,
Oh
and I
my
would have
god.
my real phone, and I would just have to be so careful that I kept it on silent.
You're insane. Wow.
I would keep it like in my in my purse or like under my mattress or something.
Oh
And
my
I remember
God.
I just felt so like comforted just like having it in my hand again.
That's so funny. I really hope you're a parent one day.
I know. I know. Maybe
You're
that's
like,
why.
I know all the tricks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Well,
so
nowadays
funny.
I feel like they like caught on, to that because you can't really you have to be like on the account to make the switches and they're like way
Mm,
more strict. But this was like back in the day. It was back whenever I think Alltel. Do you remember Alltel?
no, because you're
It
from like
was
the 1800s and I'm not.
but Verizon bought Alltel, so it was like back then.
Oh.
But yeah, you couldn't get away with that now, but back then.
So clever.
Yeah. I always wonder too about radiation, like sleeping. Do you sleep with your phone under your pillow?
No.
I do.
Do you not have like a bedside table?
I do.
Maybe put it there. Just a thought. You're like, yeah, it's my comfort stuffy. Like,
I know. I'm like, you're asking me to put my comfort stuffy away from me?
you need like a cozy blanket, I think.
Or like I need like a fake cell phone with like a face on it or something.
Like one of those like toddler cell phones that don't actually work. You could just be like,
Yeah, and that's under my
oh my God, you're so funny.
Maybe that's what
Oh,
we need for people to spend solo time like with their book. Honestly, I think it would help me.
yeah. Yeah, probably.
I always it's something I struggle with too, but I think bringing the book, bringing a journal, and I would start smaller. Like I would start with coffee or start with
hmm
walking around the grocery store, going on a walk, listening to a podcast.
Yeah, give yourself like a little activity so that you're
Mhm.
not just sitting there like twiddling your thumbs, like, all right, I'm here, I'm alone. Like, what do I do? Like, it could be like a little hobby. Like, maybe you're taking up knitting or I want to do embroidery. Like, take that to a coffee shop and like do that or read your book or, there's like so many little things that you can do that are like solo time,
Mhm.
but make it so that it doesn't seem like this like big scary thing where you're just like totally alone with your thoughts.
Even like, what I've seen lately too are those little like paints like with the little book, which I actually bought one last summer with all the intentions in the world to like paint. Like those little books that you can like
Yeah.
with the little tiny personalized paint sets.
Oh, I want one of those.
Yeah, I have one. I never have used it yet, but
Go use it. Put your
yeah,
phone away.
yeah, I'll put my phone away. I would love to go like on a picnic or something with
That would be
that.
so cute. I love that. Yeah. I think just like use compassion with yourself too. Like talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend
Mhm.
and understand that like if you're not used to spending time alone, like it's probably going to feel a little uncomfortable at first. Go in with that expectation so you're not like super surprised when you're like
Mhm.
sitting there and you're like, "Oh my god, like are people looking at me? Do they think I'm weird?" Like no one thinks you're weird, honey. No one thinks
Mhm.
that.
And also, you have nothing but everything to gain from this. Like this is
Nothing but everything
everything.
to get. It's like a math problem. I
But
want like a ball, like a wall of quotes from Tori.
put it on
That
the
would
picture.
be beautiful. Like, those really inspirational like photo backgrounds and then it has like a quote.
Yeah.
I want all of your quotes like that. Like, you have nothing but everything to gain. That is just beautiful. That is poetic. Pulitzer winning.
Give me my Pulitzer.
Yeah. Give this girl an award. Beautiful.
No. But seriously, it's only going to like enrich your life. It's only going to make things better. It's only going to make you a better person?
Yeah, it's empowering, it's nurturing, and it just helps you like because we're all going to be alone at some point, like whether like you're very attached to your spouse and they go on a work trip or you break up with your significant other, you don't have one or you don't have roommates or literally whatever it is, at some point in your life you're going to find yourself alone. So may as well be prepared for it and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Totally. Yeah, and celebrate your progress, like keep track of like how you feel when you've been having a little alone time, reflect on the moment, see like how you grow as you like start to spend more and more time alone. Like it's really empowering when you can almost like celebrate your accomplishments, even if it feels like something that is so small.
I would recommend, especially if you're someone who's struggling, like with your self identity, or feeling like, oh, I don't know who I am, or I don't really know like what I like, or like my identity. Because I know a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people are like, I don't really know who I am, even in well into their 30s. And I think this is such a good way to know who you are. And maybe give yourself a goal of doing something alone like once a week
Mm-hmm.
or once every 2 weeks. Start small.
I
Whatever
feel
feels
so
doable.
inspired. I feel like one of the things that I'm like most excited for postpartum is to get my hot girl walks back, because at this point in pregnancy, there's like so much pressure on my pelvis that I can barely walk. It's like so painful. And I miss having that time where I would just go out, me and my headphones, and just like look at everyone's like yards. Like it's so beautiful around here. I love just like seeing what flowers are growing and looking at, people around here put out like a lot of fruit that you can just like go get a couple lemons. Like it's just such a cute thing. And I can't wait to have that back when I'm postpartum. Of course, it probably won't be alone. I'll be like pushing a stroller, but
Yeah.
hey, MILF alert, I'm excited for you guys. If this is a new journey for you, like it's such a fun one. And it's such a great way to continue romanticizing your life. Like you don't need to rely on anyone else. You can just like be your own best friend.
That's right. And there's so many times throughout life where I feel like you have to be your own best friend because of circumstances or just things happen. And
Mhm.
the sooner you learn to like self-soothe, the better.
Yes, I love this for you guys. So report back to us. Tell us if you use any of these tips, how it's going, if this is a new journey for you, or maybe other ways that like you already really like to spend time by yourself, because we'd love to hear it and also use it, because I'm always looking for fun new ways. I'm going to go get that paint set thing you were talking about.
You would love that. Honestly, that would be I mean, I know you only have 11 days, but I was like, that would be something fun for you to occupy your time right now.
I mean, I could be in labor in the hospital, just like doing my little painting,
Yeah.
keeping myself calm. Like, there's no bad time.
You're right.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We're here every Monday. I'm so excited. I'll be back from maternity leave soon, which is funny because we're recording this early February. So I'm not even on maternity leave yet. But when you're listening to this, I am. So I miss you guys. I love you guys. Tune in every Monday, rate, review. You know where to find us. We are Tori Sunshine and Hannah Lee Lifestyle on pretty much every platform. And you can follow us at Internet Girls Pod. That's girls with a Z. Watch us on YouTube. We're always here for you. And we appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, thank you. Give us a review, please. Love you so much.
And with that, the Internet Girls